Welcome back to my channel, DebtFree CF. I'm going to go through my partial checkpoint of my March budget. The only thing that's really strange about this month is because I'm switching jobs and I started at the beginning of the month, I have been issued a paycheck, but with direct deposit and the fact that it's the very first one, it might be mailed to me hard copy. It hasn't been deposited yet, so I actually haven't been paid yet, even though I've worked for, at this point now, actually 3 weeks. The first check that would have been after the end of the first week, I've not yet received. So I did put in the actual column the amount that I was able to see online that my check should be written for, but I haven't gotten the money yet. So I'm actually working out of savings in my account. I normally do my budget a month ahead anyway. So when I do get the paid checks, plural, because I'll get the two together probably either as a direct deposit or in the mail towards the end of the month, then I'll be able to kind of reconcile some of the things where, for example, for my Roth, I want to send an amount in, but I can't send it until the end of the month when I actually get the check. And then the couple of sinking funds and so forth will just be verified that they're at the value that I'd like them at. And then my emergency fund that was in place specifically for something like this, a job change, will be sent back up to the amount that I'm most comfortable with. So I copied a couple of numbers of different charges throughout the month, some grocery runs, meals out with friends or whatever. Those are all in here. So gonna put an equal sign at the beginning of that formula and have it auto-calculate. Pretty close to where I should be considering the time of the month. Remember, this is actually groceries for 2 people. I was out of town for 2 different weekends, and the job that I have provides lunch every day, so I'm going to be saving there. Don't really see that right now, only because there was a few days where I wasn't working, and then transitionally the couple weekends away and so forth. But I expect this number to go down, so probably next month for April when I'm planning, I'll plan a little bit lower of a grocery budget because I won't need to buy lunch. Like even, make it myself lunch at home. Then I filled up a car with gas, so I've got that amount in there. The other times that I've filled up a car have been off of a gift card, so I didn't pay that out of pocket, so I'm not calculating that. Just my car has been filled more than once because of driving a couple 100 miles 2 different weekends. Standard charges otherwise, no pet expenses, although probably next month I'll have to look at ordering some food. And then I am seeing a specialist for a couple of things, for like medical, health, whatever. So those charges are in there. And then I've got a couple random purchases and so forth. I was trying to keep this down, but my feet were starting to hurt in one of my pairs of shoes, and I needed to replace them, so there was a slightly higher purchase than I would have anticipated any particular month. But, shoes last for a year, a couple of years, whatever. So just the timing in terms of this month being worked out of my emergency fund is a little bit inconvenient, but it's not really the end of the world. And then on this, there were a couple times where I had anticipated walking or biking. It's been raining, so I was driving. Sometimes I can have somebody drop me off, and then sometimes I just drive myself, and so then I have to pay for parking. And I'll include that there too. But that's basically it, just a check-in of some of the transactions that have been made over the month, but nothing correct in terms of income coming in because I haven't actually in hand received that. So the end of the month should be a lot more interesting where I can actually get all of these values correct, and then I can send in some beginning payments for my 2018 Roth retirement account, and that will be nice because this will be one of the first years I think that I'll be able to max that out before the end of the year, and maybe even max it out with a couple months before the end of the year. That's my goal, to put the extra amount difference between pay of my last job to pay of my current job. Send all of that to retirement first, and then the rest of it that's not going into a retirement account directly will be saving up for either a down payment on a house or replacing the car. I know that I have some upcoming car work that's going to need to be done. When I turn, one of my wheels makes noise, which is related to the boot being torn. So I know I need to get that done. It's also a really old car. It's like 24 years old, and so I don't want to put a lot of work into it, but I also need to make it safe to drive. So those are some of the things coming up. I will check back in at the end of the month, and I'm curious to see how you're all doing. So leave some comments and like the video if you did, and if you want to see more videos and you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that as well. Thanks for watching.